Realism 101. Delivering groundbreaking news, sports, entertainment, health, and lifestyles.
Let us receive him with a warm round of applause from Los Angeles to Boston to Miami to Detroit, Michigan. Let us receive the Honorable
How does business get done in this country?
With great difficulty.
Why?
Well, boy, that's a tough question. Those who are in charge, those who are in power, those who have more money, have long kept out everybody else out of the game. So it's a game just for a few special players.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to wherever you are in the world. New York, Philadelphia, PA, Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, California, San Diego, California. This is Realism 101. You're now tuned into the Honorable TW, and today we are going to cover Monopoly. Now, when we say the word Monopoly, a lot of people will possibly think of the board game, which is a great thing to think of because the board game is very relevant to life and to the conversation piece. I'm going to break down 3 words as far as in our Monopoly segment. I'm going to break down Monopoly, capitalism, Monopoly capitalism. Here's the definition of monopoly. Monopoly is the exclusive possession or control of the supply or trade in a commodity or service. Capitalism, an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by state. Monopoly capitalism, a capitalist system typified by trade monopolies in the hands of a few people. All these definitions are so relevant and has been relevant to life and business and how the world operates and economics and all that good stuff. In this segment, to be perfectly honest with you, exclusively I'm talking to my black folk, my people. Listen up, wake up, black folk. I'm not going to say black folks or black people, black folk. Feel where I'm coming from. Now, what's been going on with us and what continues to go on with us is a joke economically. We have so many levels and issues that we need to address, but I'll stay in the first lane. We're going to stay on the economical side of things for black people. Now, in order for you to grow and really live how you're supposed to live and live comfortably, your economics has to be stable. It has to be at a good level. The black community has not made any progress in 140 years. And we've been told that there's equal opportunity in America. Personally, I believe that's not true. This is what my definition of equal opportunity is. It's based on what you own and control. That decides your opportunity in this country. As we know, money talks to money. If you don't have none, you ain't talking to none. It is what it is. And due to how things have been going in the past, present, and possibly in the future, as a people, we have been systematically engineered into the lowest level of a real-life monopoly. Remember the board game, how you had so many players, you had the bank who controlled the titles, the deeds, you had to build stuff, sell stuff, somebody landed on your property, they had to pay, luxury tax, income tax, going to jail. This is all relevant. If each player in the Monopoly game was an ethnicity group, and they were all issued money, like say for example, our Asian brothers and sisters, if they were players, they were issued maybe $500. Our Caucasian white brothers and sisters, they were issued $300. Our Latino brothers and sisters, $100. Black folk, you got 25. You're the lowest thing in the game. The odds are not in your favor. It is what it is. So, what do we do about that situation? Here's what the Honorable TW proposes. This is what you need to do. 1, We have to acquire real assets in order to have any type of stake in this game. Black folks don't have any assets. The majority of black folks don't have assets. And when I say assets, I mean real assets like precious metals, which are your gold, your platinum, your silver, real estate, stocks and bonds. We don't have any of that. We're the biggest consumers. We go and we patronize every other community except our own. Sometimes we have no choice but to go to other communities due to how our brothers and sisters do business and things of that nature. But overall, if we have the opportunity to patronize our brother and sister, we should do so, because every other ethnicity is doing that. Look at our Jewish brothers and sisters. They keep the money within themselves. It bounces around their community 12 to 18 times before it goes out to another community. Our Latino brothers and sisters, they come to this country. They all get in one house. They make that money. They save. They do what they have to do. They build. I'm not saying that everybody gets along with each other doing this, but they understand the common goal and objective, and they execute it well. Us as a people, we can't stay with each other. We need our space, is what we tell each other. We take our money to every other ethnicity group but ours. Look at the urban community. There are so many ethnic groups in the urban community. When we go to the gas station, we want to go get some gas, a beer, water, a cigar, whatever it is the gas station got that you need. Who's behind that counter? Who's running that building? It's your Arab brother and sister, your Indian brother and sister. They running that. Ladies, black folk, black women, you want to go get your hair done? You go get your weave, your yaki, number 5, number 9, whatever you want to call it. You go there to the hair supply store, and who's behind the counter? Our Korean brothers and sisters. Okay? You go, you want to get your hair and nails done, or you want to get your nails done. Who's behind that counter? Our Chinese brothers and sisters. We go pay our utilities, from our water, lights, phone bill, and even paying for the rent. Who's behind that counter? Who's receiving that money? Who has ownership to that? Our Caucasian brothers and sisters. So all of our money goes to all these different ethnic groups, and nothing stays home. We don't grow as a people. We have not moved 1 inch since slavery. At least back in the civil rights era, there was more of a sense of urgency for unity. We fought for a common goal and objective. Regardless if it was false or far-fetched, we had the spirit of unity. We had our little businesses and little shops here and there. But due to integration, that broke all of that up, which is another segment that we're going to lead off into later on. But case in point is that we don't own nothing, we don't have nothing. When we talk like this, or when I talk like this, talking about my people and the condition of my people, a lot of people say, hey, that's racist, buddy. You can't talk about that. Let's get an understanding on the true definition of racism versus prejudice. Racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people that are competing for the ownership and control of wealth, resources, and power. Let me state that again. Racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people that are competing for the ownership and control of wealth, resources, and power. Being prejudiced and a bigot, that's totally different from racism. Let's really get the real definition on what that is, and let's separate the two. Black folk, we need to be working on redistributing wealth and resources back into the hands of our own people. Slavery distributed almost 100% of the country's wealth into the hands of the white society. That's how it is. That's what it is. This is not something that I made up in my mind. If you go outside, cut on the TV, look with your own two eyes, you're going to see what it is. Let's get an understanding on wealth, black folk. Wealth is not income. Income maintains you from week to week. Wealth is what you have stored up after you pay your bills. Okay? Let's get that understood. And for the two words equal opportunity, it's a joke. There's no such thing. This is what makes equal opportunity from what I've seen in my eyes. What you own and control decides your opportunities in America. Point blank. If you don't own anything and you don't control anything, you have no opportunity. Keep in mind, money talks to money. If you don't have any money, you're not talking to any money. It is what it is. So due, to the social illusion and due to the percentage of wealth that has been distributed to other ethnic groups, collectively as a whole, black folk, we have been systematically engineered into the lowest level of a real-life monopoly. The predominant white society controls almost 100% of the income, the wealth, the power, the business, all levels of government. We as a people don't own or control a sufficient amount of anything to be competitive. Case in point. Now, if you want to get into some numbers, black folk, the net worth of black households has fell from a little over 12,000 in 2005 to 5,000 in 2009. Shame and disgrace. My white brothers and sisters, their average income fell from 134, almost 135,000 in 2005 to 113,000 in 2009. My Asian brothers and sisters, their net worth fell from 168,000 in 2005 to, let's say, 78,000 in 2009. That's about a 54% drop. So just by listening to these numbers, there's no way you can compete when you are bringing in 12,000 and drop to 5,000 a year for the average household income, and the rest of the players in the game are bringing in an average of 135,000, 168,000. You can't compete. This game is solely based on money. So being that you have the least amount, how are you in the game? So now you go from trying to be in the game to be actually becoming a consumer now. And now we are the biggest consumers on the face of the earth. Biggest consumers. We have no real assets. And do you understand what I'm saying by real assets? I'll break it down for you. The majority, there are a couple exceptions to the rule, but the majority of blacks don't have assets. What are your assets? Precious metals, gold, platinum, silver, real estate, stocks, bonds. That determines real wealth. Paper money isn't really an asset because it's backed up by nothing. You use your paper money to get you some real assets. Okay? Something to think about. This is Realism 101. You know you rocking with the Honorable TW, and as I've sworn to you all, my good people, you will get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the God honest truth when you tune in. Hit me up, 678-906-9254. LVCthenetwork@gmail.com, or you can email me at thehonorabletw@gmail.com. Email me some questions, you can get some songs, whatever the case may be. But the topic today is the monopoly. Stay tuned, more to come.
Now I can't play pledge allegiance to your flag. Cause I can't find no reconciliation with your past. When there was nothing equal for my people in your math. You forced us in the ghetto, and then you took our dads. The belly of the beast, these streets are demons' abs. I'm telling you that setup in them sit-ups is so sad. The system is a slab, corruption is the swanger. Sitting high, riding dirty, drag racing in the danger. And it's so clean, pine trees smelling good. We work off in the trunk, and niggas in the hood. So I can't shed blood on any battlefield of yours. I pray the ugly truth comes and shatters your decor. And as it all falls down in tatters on the floor, I shed tears. I don't know what really matters anymore. Cause I don't know what really matters anymore. Through this city going mad, I see the fruits of planting evidence instead of grass. A swindled generation with no patience, full of swag. Man, they so impatient with the stations that they have. As long as they look good when they be doing bad. And the separation from the truth is getting vast, fast. Be a slave at first or free at last. Double-edged choices make a nigga wanna pass. Double-headed voices from the eagle on the staff. The pyramid where ice will split the spirited in half. Divided over money, delighted by the dumbing down of the importance of crowns we'll never have. That's why my sounds and sermons are so full of wrath. Baptize your mind, let your brain take a bath. Swim inside the river, get delivered from the craft of the witches in this business that be living off your sad. Hating on your happiness, you hit them off with laughs. Smile till they surrender, then you kill them off with glad. Hello, evil, I'm back.
You're not playing the game to win, you're just playing. You cannot do anything unless you have a community. Your community is your social cohesiveness. The only power, the potential that black people have in America is your social, racial cohesiveness. If you don't have that, you have no power. Forget about everything else. That's a fact of life. You got to have a community, because the community will give you your businesses, it'll give you your sales opportunities in your markets.